Good evening. I teach first and second grade, so I always need a response. Okay, allow me to speak on Tom's behalf. Most of you know, though some of you may wonder and have never asked. Tom is the man I married, who now sings in the heavenly choir. So his mother, an Italian Catholic, and his father, unchurched, seldom attended service. As his father was in the Navy, the family lived in several places, but while in Hawaii, his sister was invited to church by a friend. She received Christ as her Savior, and sometime after that, his mother did as well. For Tom, the seed was planted and watered. He attended church only because he loved his mom, though. He graduated from high school in Covington, Tennessee. Shortly before Marine boot camp, he heard the gospel message once again at the church, walked down the aisle, and received salvation. And I forgot to put it in my notes, but my father-in-law also received Christ, but not until they got to Indianapolis. So, I was born and raised here in Adams County. My Christian parents attended church and read the Bible to my siblings and to myself. At the age of 6 or 7, I attended a 5-day club, which is now known as Vacation Bible School. After story time one day, I wanted to accept the love Jesus sacrificed for me, and I got saved. 2 turning points of thought in my teenage years laid a foundation for future decisions. First of all, the youth pastor. Never underestimate the power of the youth pastor. He displayed this quote. I don't know how long it was displayed, but it made an impact on my life. Right is right, even if no one is doing it. Wrong is wrong, even if everyone is doing it. The second is Deuteronomy 6, verse 5. And thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thine heart, with all thy soul, and with all thy might. And I believe the version I memorized that verse in at that point was mind. So as a teenager, that made an impact. So I was baptized as a teenager at the church that we were attending at that time. But I had the wrong motive. I just wanted to be a member of the church. But later, while Tom and I worked through a discipleship course, not here, but similar, at the church we were attending, the lesson on baptism came up. And through discussion, I realized that my previous baptism was out of obligation. So in my 30s, I was baptized as a testimony to whom I believe in. So, true to form, this is what God gave me. I'm thankful for the foundation God is building on as I look toward the hope I rely upon, for the ability to run my race, for a warm embrace, to look at my son's face, for God's amazing grace. Thankful.